And they are called out as the first soft toy makers in America, and they have been making these for over 125 years. This bear, and it comes packaged like this, this is Benedict Bear. He comes with his traditional gun box to him as well. We have this at a clearance sale price. Now let me explain that a little bit. A clearance price is one thing, but when it goes to the clearance sale price, we are very limited on what we can offer, but we took it down as low as we could go on this. So use any credit card, even if you've never shopped with us before, but we all know that name, and we know that. I remember Marcy, when Nick was born, someone very near and dear bought her a Gund bear, and I still have it to this day. It's something that, I know that she'll pass down to, hopefully one day to my grandchildren, because that's how Gund is. It's just, they're just lovely. They're made so well. Tell us about Benedict.
Yes, so here's my Benedict. Look about that when Kara was born. Look, 1985.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
I ran out and I got a gun. It says even the tagline in those days was "Gotta get a gun."
Oh my gosh,
and so,
wow.
Right, and this is a Benedict, Pat. This is a miniature. If you look at it, he is the same bear. Isn't that cool?
That is
so
very, very cool. And I think that's a good testimony to, it's just not another stuffed animal. No, this is a whole different ball of wax.
That's exactly right. And so this one done in mohair, which I have to say they did a great job with making the mohair completely soft. Usually mohair can be really rough, and this is a soft, silky one. It's beautifully done in a champagne cream. So I think it's going to elevate any baby's room if you want to put this in a nursery. If you're not using it as a collector, which many of you I'm sure are, but I just love these pieces for our little ones. And yes, those movements, the articulation in this bear is incredibly good too. You can feel how easy it is to move the limbs, and also Benedict's head. So you can turn him and he can sit sideways with that look on his face as if he's looking at you, almost over his shoulder. There's so much you can do to pose him and make him look like almost like he's coming to life, very charismatically. And look at his nose and his limbs. They're done, his paws, I should say, they're done in a faux leather. And this is another nice elevated part of this baby gun that makes him so elegant and sweet. The organza ribbon around his neck is beautiful. It's done in a champagne. And the medallion is almost like a metal. If you tapped your ring, you'd hear the clink of it because it's done in a beautiful metal tone. One side does say gun, and the other says, what I can see from yours is the 125th anniversary. So a great piece to have, of course, because it identifies him as being special. And he really, really is.
I think that this is a lovely gift. The person who gifted Nicole hers 29 years ago was one of my bosses. And so I was very moved and just touched that he would think to get something just so exquisite,
Absolutely.
And even, oh, go ahead.
And I was going to say, and with such heritage, when you look at them being like one of the very first makers of a teddy bear, and then being able to actually mass produce them, and having the thought that this would be a great item for children, and it growing to be a phenomena that all of us have had a teddy bear at one time or another.
Right.
But to have unique characters like Benedict, and there have been so many legacy characters starting in the 1960s. I know Gund went to, rabbits and, other little animals that you would find in the home and silkiness. But Benedict has stood the test of time, and, your Nick and my knowing Kara's 38 years old, and this has seen its share of floods in our basement and, all kinds of things. But because he was in that little box, once she grew out of her age for him, and now Parker will have him at the time that it's appropriate. So
your grandbaby.
It's a beautiful heritage. Yeah, it's such a great heritage to be able to have these things that really last and matter, and have a history.
It's nice to have something like that to pass down from generation to generation. In my family, we don't have like gold bars or, houses to pass down. We pass down ornaments from the Christmas tree. We pass down things like that, bears, toys. things that had in our family meaning. And I think that this could have some beautiful meaning, especially because it celebrates the 125th anniversary. And we know that a lot of you are collectors out there as well. So to be able to find this not at $98, but at $59.99. Again, it can arrive in time if you're, want this in time, maybe for a baby shower that's coming up. Maybe, like Marcy, you're having your first grandbaby. He's not one yet, right? Your grandbaby?
My grandbaby, he is, Pat. This is how
He is?
fast the year went. He's 14 months old. He
Oh
will
my
be
gosh.
15 months. Yes,
Wow.
and 2 days ago he said cracker. I'm like, yeah,
Oh, how sweet. Well,
I know, right?
time goes fast, and that's why it's so nice to have something like this to kind of, celebrate maybe the birth of the baby, or if you are a collector, it's beautiful. 10.5 inches. 8 and up, so you wouldn't give it to a baby, obviously. It'd be something that you'd save. But 3 easy pays, you can get it home for $20. And it is that kind that you would find if you were in New York and, that famous toy store where the soldiers
Yes,
stand outside and they're real,
that's right.
right?
That's right. That's right. The elegance of it, and the gift box, once again, my gift box on the front has that beautiful plate at the very bottom that does say Benedict. It does have that gold plating that Gun is famous for. The back tells you a little bit of the history of Gun. The interior is done in a beautiful like gold foil. So if you are giving and gifting this, yes, it's a beautiful piece from that medallion all the way through to the inside. So if he does sit in there as a legacy piece, then he's going to sit in some beauty and to be admired for generations to come. And Gunn says something about that children love their bears so much, and we know that because they go off to college with everything they have ever had on their bed. And I used to think, why? That is so strange. Are they not growing up and growing out of? But Gunn had a comment once I read where they talked about that there are adventures that are shared throughout a lifetime that children, these are their best friends. These are the secrets that they've
Oh, how
shared. These are the
sweet.
life adventures. And now I understand a bit more about why they're so attached to these precious
Yeah.
pets, from their whole life.
It's
They
not
tell a
just another
story.
stuffed animal. It is
That's right.
so much more with the legacy and the heritage. And when you get it home, you see the presentation. When you feel the
Yeah.
bear, you will understand exactly what Marcy is talking about. It is T57969. You can use any credit card on this, even if you've never shopped with us before. And if you use that credit card, PayPal, or your QVC credit card, if you have a QVC credit card, we can bump you up to 5 easy pays on that. So think about that, and we will guarantee this will arrive by the 25th. So that way you don't have to worry. We'll get it where it needs to be, and we can even do bill to, ship to on this. So think about that as well. Marcy, I'm going to give you a little bit of a break, but you're going to come back with more, okay?
Yes.
All right.
I'd love to.
Toys in
See
the
you
nick
soon.
of time. We love it. Thank you, Miss Ginger.